Hello, everyone. This is JVL here with my best friend, Sarah Longwell of the Bulwark. Before we get started, hit subscribe, hit like, follow the channel, and support us because we got a lot going on. Donald Trump is in the Middle East, the land of freedom, meeting with some of the very best kings and crown princes that this world has ever seen. Very classy people. So classy you wouldn't believe it, and strong. They have some powerful things they're doing over there. Sarah, what did you think?
I have a number of thoughts, but the
Mm.
first is watching the obsequious way that he praises MBS. At one point, he said, "We have great partners in the world, but we have none stronger. And nobody like the gentleman that's right before me. I like him a lot. I like him too much. That's why we give him so much." Do you remember what MBS did during Trump's first term?
Was this the killing of Jamal Khashoggi in 2018?
The chopping him up,
Yeah.
the murder, the brutal murder. What is it about Donald Trump that makes him extra love?
I mean, if only it was part of a pattern.
I know. This is it, right? Like, the more murderous and odious the leader, the more Trump loves them. He doesn't have this regard for Europe.
Justin Trudeau,
Canada.
He calls governor.
That's right.
Right? Do you remember when he just refused to refer Justin Trudeau as the leader of Canada, referred to him as governor over and over again? But boy, he loves him some autocrats, and it's all aspirational because that's what he wants to be. He doesn't want to be a president. Presidents come and go, right? He wants to be the king.
He wants to be the king, and also presidents have, not that we have a Congress that's doing anything to rein him in, but, we've got courts and we've got, Congress and other things.
Constitution,
which, the Constitution's very nice. It's a very lovely set of suggestions as far as he's concerned. Here's the other thing. So the reason that it was worth talking about this isn't just, also, he doesn't sound that good. Like, I'm also, and we're going to talk about Biden in a second. So, everybody just be cool. I do want to, he doesn't sound great. He's up there rambling on and on. So he just lapses into this, praise for MBS. But it's interesting. One of the things he said in the speech was about how we were going to lift sanctions on Syria. Now, I'm not so brushed up on my Syrian politics, but it does make sense to me at a surface level that Bashar al-Assad, those were for Assad, those sanctions. And so it is probably makes sense that we would take a look at the sanctions. However, do you want to guess why he took a look at the sanctions? Do you think it was that Trump just said, what's happening in Syria? I really want to see those folks thrive.
No, I actually know the answer to this. He read an interesting book about the history of Syria and understood that Iranian influence on Syria waxes and wanes, and that one of the ways to prevent Syria from falling back into the Iranian sphere of influence would be for the United States to join the rest of the Shiite, Sunni Middle East in opening and reestablishing ties with Syria. He was really influenced by some works from the late great Bernard Lewis. And so that's, I did some deep reporting from the White House, and that's why we have this change.
Yeah, so I know that that's a bit because you began it with Donald Trump read a book. And so I know that none of that is true. Here's what I do know is true, which is that everybody has realized, Qatar's sending a jet and he's going to take it. Well, we've got some ideas too. And so Syrian leader Ahmad al-Shara has made a strategic pitch of a Trump Tower in Damascus. Wouldn't that be nice? Ooh. A Trump Tower in Damascus, a détente with Israel.
Big tourist spot. Yeah.
And then U.S. access to Syria's oil and gas. This guy, al-Shara, is still a U.S. designated terrorist for his al-Qaeda past. He fought with al-Qaeda in Iraq. He was imprisoned by U.S. forces from 2006 to 2011. But he wants to do Trump Tower in Damascus. And so Trump suddenly is like, oh, well, let's maybe take a look at those sanctions. We have a mobster government. Like, he's not lifting sanctions for any thoughtful geopolitical reason. He's doing it because people understand now this is a guy you can bribe with stuff.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's actually very useful to do foreign diplomacy in a fully and transparently transactional way like this. And the reason that other presidents haven't is because the American voters would not have liked it and would not have tolerated it. But Donald Trump, unlike literally every other president in the history of America, has a cult behind him. And his cultists will do whatever. They are down for whatever, as the Ghetto Boys once sang. And when you have that behind you, you have so much freedom to maneuver. I mean, you can just you can do as Tim ranted about last night, right? You can on the one hand go after visa holders in America because they participated in student demonstrations that were funded by the Qataris. And in the other hand, you can accept the Qataris' $400 million plane. And there is no cognitive dissonance because your people are your people and they're members of your cult. It's bad.
People are also doing limited cognition about this period. Like, they
Tell
don't
me more about that.
Well, I'm just saying, this is you all. You won't like this. You think you like what I'm about to say, but I mean, to have cognition about it, they have to know that information in order to process it. But that is not, and this is where you and I often find ourselves at this intersection of you saying it's because they are stupid, and me saying you have got to find a way to give them this information in a way that breaks through to them so that they understand it. I've got to say, the unprecedented level of corruption that we are experiencing, and we are losing our minds about it here. I have not seen a critical mass of congressional Democrats out there explaining to people why all of this corruption matters to such a great degree.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess they're getting ready to fight to save Medicaid or something instead. I don't know. It's a real question. I do want to say, though, if I could just, I understand the idea of trying to get information to people, but that model assumes that information is like a dessert that people would like to have. They just don't know where to get it. And if you could just hand them the ice cream, they would take it. I think in many, not all, but many cases, it's more like serving a subpoena to a criminal, where you've got to like find them where they live and throw the paper at them so that it touches them and as they're trying to dodge and get away. So you can say, you've been served. You now have the information. And I think it's hard to get information to people who are absolutely determined to not have it, and to, if they do get it, to then not care about it.
Maybe Laura Loomer created some problems the other day over the Qatari plane, the $400 million gift he was given.
Strange new respect for Laura Loomer. No, I've been saying for a while, Laura Loomer, she's doing good work. I like that Laura Loomer. She's a straight shooter.
Sure. Can I just say one other thing about this MBS meeting? Saudi Arabia, in order to make sure that Trump and his pal Elon, who was sitting right behind MBS, clapping with a weird look on his face the whole time. In addition to that, this is what they did for Trump. They rolled up a mobile McDonald's restaurant for Trump. Like, they're like, here, sir, we brought in a special truck of McDonald's just to soften you up and make you feel good.
It's, but yet he's the one who drives all the hardest deals. It's all it may look like they're rolling him, but actually, of course, they're just rolling him. That is the other thing that's kind of amazing. And we've seen this a little bit with the China tariff deal from over the weekend, where everybody who's looking at this is just saying, like, geez, the Chinese got everything they wanted. The United States didn't get anything. The Chinese realized that they have this. Bloomberg, again, not me. Like, I'm just reading from Bloomberg. Bloomberg's like, yes, it appears as though the Chinese realize that they have total leverage over Donald Trump. No kidding.
Did everybody see JVL on TV last night talking about Trump getting pantsed by the Chinese and sending Stephanie Ruhle into paroxysms of giggles?
What does it say about like what's going on with the American government, where you get huge movement in the stock market, the first real positive signs of life, the day the president gets pantsed by the Chinese? Right. I mean, it means that the American financial markets are rooting for the U.S. government to lose its negotiations. Right. And I don't know. I mean, it's not that funny a term. I didn't say he got schlonged.
You know what? No, it's funny. Well, no, you
Should've.
saved that stuff for C-SPAN. You saved schlonged for C-SPAN. I enjoyed it.
Don't let me on real television. Keep me on the internet.
This is it, is that they don't know, they don't realize that you are an internet personality. You don't code.
Yeah, not a TV personality.
As Tim Waltz would say, you don't code talk TV.
No.
Versus, no, you're a man built for the internet.
Well, we're going to keep cooking. If you want to listen to the rest of the show, got to be a member. Hit subscribe. Come join us on the flip side. Right, Sarah?
Yeah. If you want to really get juiced up, the next part of our conversation is just me and JVL arguing about Joe Biden. So
Fighting.
Come hang.
Bulwark Fight Club. Bulwark Fight Club. Bulwark Fight Club. Subscribe.